Yo, what's the vibe, man? We out here in nature. Y'all see me? We coming through with another one, man. Hit D. If you new, you don't know what to do. Hit D, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man. Hey, any honor, love, respect, assistance on the journey, contributions and donations. Hey, you could really find me at $781 THEVBYZ. You know what I'm saying? I water you, you water me. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4. It ain't gonna hurt, squirt. You know what I'm saying? You already know how I be coming, man. Water's water, but there's a whole lot going on under the surface, man. 888, peace and prosperity. This is the greatest rotation, and every rotation after that, we gonna be all we could be and be the best we could be. Choices, chances, and changes. Dedication, determination, and discipline. If it ain't add value to you, cut it and don't add value to it. My 2 cents, you can either cash out, throw it in the wishing well, and wish me well, man. I don't eat where you don't where I eat, so everything I say, take it with a grain of salt, to each his own. Yeah, Simeon. We gonna get into this. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. First and foremost, respect and shout out to the gladiators and the gladiatress that's out there saving a money, time, and energy. Y'all see me? If it's to be, it's up to me. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. They go from witches to warlocks, witchcraft, demons and demonic entities, shapeshifters, physical, mental, and spiritual weapons, intentions and emotions. We return all negative energy back to sender and to move righteously and to reap rewards 100,000 times over. Inshallah, and so shall it be. I declare and I decree. Yeah, man. What's good? What y'all try? What's good? What's good? What's good? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Hey, what part of the world you at? Let me know in the comment section, man. Let me know where you're viewing me from. Hey, man, let me know if you're a new subscriber. Let me know if you new in the tribe, man. Let me know if you need a private consultation. You know what I'm saying? We could chop it up, jokes. Let me know if you want to become a member. That's $15 down. You're locked in. You know what I'm saying? So when the Patreon come and stuff like that, hey, you already got special perks. You already got the Patreon membership. But, let me know, man. I'm here. All is. You understand? I got my eye open, too. And since I've been having it open, hey, I'm going to tell y'all what I done seen under the microscope. The telescope, the binoculars, sometimes a magnifying glass, right? When it comes to celibacy, brahmachari, semen retention, and the inner communication, man, the inner communication and that higher communication. If you really going to upgrade, you're going to become more comfortable in your skin and become the greatest version of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna need, and it's required, to have a deeper level of communication with self, communication with the Most High, the Creator, especially if you're receiving His provision. You understand what I'm saying? You're MIA, but they thinking you missing, but you on a mission. But at the same time, you got to learn these trials and tribulations, the lessons that come out of that, which you extract, to learn how to protect once you receive from the provision, right? And having that communication, that higher communication, you know what I'm saying, with self, your higher self, your God body, and also God itself, Himself, is required to get to the next level. You understand what I'm saying? Because new levels, new devils. And that's new shovels. You dug me? You dig? Now pass me back my shovel because I kept your ass alive. Let's get it. Let's go. Vamos. It dropped the V's in the comment section. And that communication with self is required. So stepping into a deeper level, a deeper, a deeper level, a la pareza, purity, purifying the body is required for that heightened sense of intuition. You know what I'm saying? For that heightened bandwidth to receive that level of transmutation and communication from higher self, from source, from God. It's required. You know what I'm saying? To better yourself. You need that intuition. You need to be able to listen to your body more. And the only way that's going to be possible for that to even take transition and for that to happen is you got to start this journey. You have to start to heal. You understand what I'm saying? Release some of these bad habits, old habits, habits that can no longer require, you know what I'm saying, that vibrate with your highest vibration. You know, there's times where you just can't think about certain situations. You know, you can't go off of logic. You can't go off of feelings. You got to go off of intuition. I mean, you got to go off the voice of the Most High, the source. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a fight. It's a fight or flight situation. You know, and even if it's not a fight or flight situation, hey, when you don't count the days, but you make the days count, you hear me? And you on this lifestyle, that's the stronger your communication within yourself expands and it extends. You understand what I'm saying? Because the brighter your light get, that's the brighter that darkness get. That's the more that manipulation grows. You understand what I'm saying? That's the more that you gonna run into people trying to finesse you because you didn't build a bigger army, a better army, a bigger castle with better drawbridges. And a man that cannot control his soul is like a city with no walls. And you got the best walls up. You know what I'm saying? You got marble walls. Like they don't even some people don't even got any walls up. You got marble walls. You know what I'm saying? You got vibranium walls. You got a different type of protection. You understand what I'm saying? And to receive these downloads, these upgrades, you know what I'm saying? These messages to be sent off and received on urgent, to have that higher form of communication, you have to upgrade the body. You understand what I'm saying? And once you upgrade the body, it's going to become easier and easier to follow in the footsteps of the Most High, to follow the provision. Because what God planned, no man could touch. It shall lie, and so shall it be. You know, always store your treasures up in heaven. No rust, no dust, no man could touch what you store in heaven. You understand what I'm saying? And what you visualize, it shall manifest. Energy goes where attention flows, and attention flows where energy goes. And it's gonna be some new characters, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you an X-Men now. It's gonna be some new X-Men with some new capabilities and new powers, and you need to polish and work on your strengths and your weaknesses. You understand what I'm saying? Know when your body's speaking to you. Know when your spirit is speaking to you. Know when your mind is speaking to you. Your intentions, your integrity. Going on this lifestyle, you understand what I'm saying? It make it easier and possible to thread across those different rivers of life, which is required. You have to be humble, but not too humble. You have to be patient, but not too patient. You understand what I'm saying? And having a communication with body, I mean, it's everything, man. On a physical to emotional, intentional level, you know, listening to body, man, that's also increasing your muscle memory, muscle concentration. When you work out, when you meditate, when you do Tai Chi, when you stretch, you're building different layers, different threads of communication through these different avenues through the body that's connected, which makes you whole. You understand what I'm saying? And saving that life force essence. is what's gonna get you another ball. You need 5 balls. You want G5 speed. You know what I'm saying? You want 5G speed on your phone. Then that requires you to save your life force. That requires you to be quiet more. The more that you're quiet, you can hear what's really going on within in this world that's filled with noise and extra stimulation. You know, you have to quiet yourself, quiet your mind. You know what I'm saying? And you could receive the same type of attributes that you would through meditation because you have silenced your mind, you have silenced your body, you silence your energy, so you can place it in the right categories. You understand what I'm saying? To always capitalize on your caliber. You understand what I'm saying? Always upgrade, upgrade, upgrade your stocks, upgrade your range, upgrade your targets. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to hear the creator, the source over all of this lust and temptation. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you thinking about fast food, bad food, junk food, those temptations, those you know what I'm saying, easy come, easy go, short term ventures, that's the body. That's the body trying to be under attack through carnal desires. And sometimes we could be in our own head, or we could be in our emotions, or we could be so magnetized and focused, forging different things. You understand what I'm saying? And we can miss that. We can miss that communication, you know, because we may have so much going on in our inner world, but quiet in your inner world, having that sound mind, having a sound mind, a peace of mind, is what's also going to be required. It's also another maintenance fee for that. You know what I'm saying? Having a sound mind so that you don't get tripped up with a tangled web they weave when they see us out here pulling strings. You understand what I'm saying? So being quiet, listen to your body, the different bodies throughout your body, and moving on to righteous, because you know, it's like it's the time to play, it's the time to eat, it's the time for war. And you got to keep the eagle eye, you know what I'm saying? You got to be sharp as a falcon, you know what I'm saying? You got to know when to dive in, when to swoop in, you know what I'm saying? Every time is not the right time to strike. And that's when it comes to listen to body, mind, body, and soul. And that's just not on the physical level. It could be a time when it's time to drop a t-shirt, drop a song, drop an album. You know what I'm saying? Everything is on perfect timing, the right time. And that's only on God's speed. You know what I'm saying? And having that communication, being able to quiet the world so that you could listen deeper to your intuition. You know what I'm saying? Deeper to the voice of God. You understand what I'm saying? When you got so much going on in the world, you're not paying attention. It could be your intuition telling you, like, hey, nah, don't go there. Don't go there. Even though you just spent the money there, it's convenient. Nah, don't go there. Go somewhere else. Shake the spot. You know what I'm saying? Mix it up. Switch it up. You feel me? Intuition saying, don't pull up there. You don't pull up there. You pull up at the other spot. Hey, they give you a discount. The energy way better. You feel lighter coming outside those double doors. You know what I'm saying? You listen to your intuition. It tell you don't go to this spot. You go to the spot it tell you to go to. You got a whole brand new opportunity. You got new clientele. You know what I'm saying? New faces, places, and situations. That's vital, man, because this rotation, we seek the highest income and outcome, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, energetically, emotionally, intentionally, primordially, celestially, of every situation. And we ask the Most High to give us the strength to walk away from the faces, places, and situations that don't have a highest income and outcome. You know what I'm saying? And you need that, you know what I'm saying? You need that grit. You know what I'm saying? If you out here utilizing your bandwidth for the wrong reasons, you're gonna be missing your upgrades and your downloads. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be on that restart later type shit. No, you need to restart, reboot, do it now. You know what I'm saying? Because later gonna be something else popping up. You dig? And you need that communication, man, with source. You know what I'm saying? You get these specific hunches, You know what I'm saying? You get these nudges, you get these different downloads and upgrades, you receive these different messages, daydreams, epiphanies while you're sleeping. You understand what I'm saying? All that's due to you saving your life force essence. That's what's strengthening your bandwidth, your communication with source, with the most high, with the creator within thy. You understand what I'm saying? It's required. If you want your cup half empty, then you know what I'm saying? Just be oozing out your ooze and dripping all over the place. But if you respect the vehicle and the house that you house God within, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no miscommunication. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no, nah, it ain't no, none of that. It ain't no miscommunication. The mind, body, and soul is in alignment. You walking in your true authenticity. And there's no way you could be missing these levels of high communication. You know what I'm saying? You're not having frivolous, feeble, small talk. You're not indulging in bad habits or behaviors. You know, you're utilizing your choices, which giving you better chances, which giving you a better change in a righteous way. Because the formula is dedication, determination, and discipline. And you could want these specific things as much as you want. You could picture yourself having these specific phone calls, but if the energy don't match, you'll only be visualizing. You understand what I'm saying? And God give you that communication. A, increase your magnetism. A, over here, this is where the ingredients at. You know what I'm saying? We got a cake bake form. Let it marinate. You know what I'm saying? Got a whole cake bake form, and the Most High giving you these different phone calls throughout your seasons of life, letting you know, hey, the ingredients grow over here. You gotta hop on a boat, hop on a plane to go here to learn this lesson. You know what I'm saying? And then down the line, it's gonna all make sense. You know, those trials and tribulations, those lessons where everybody else took losses, and in due time, now you're receiving the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? Think, think, pow, ding. The cake done baking, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody that stabbed you in your back, all them knives in your motherfucking back, you could take them out, pull them out. Now you got something to slice your cake with. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got to eat from a long handled spoon. They used to eat out our hands, but now it's a long handled spoon. Because it ain't never no hate, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's always love. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no enemies because it was the end of us, because they envy us and they want the end of us. Nah, ain't no enemies. You know what I'm saying? It's just a long handled spoon, baby. You just can't eat out these hands no more. You know what I'm saying? Because while we spend time trying to chastise and, you know what I'm saying, get certain motherfuckers on our programming curriculum, all of that jokes and all of that woofing, that could have been with speaking to God. You know, like if you spend, you got children, you got best friends, a friend, a comrade, a partner. If you spend 1 hour speaking to anybody outside you, you need to at least spend 2 hours speaking to God. You know what I'm saying? Was you putting your value at? Who raised you? You feel me? Because instead of you, you know what I'm saying, going in one end, out the other, you know what I'm saying, talking a motherfucking hole in a motherfucking head that ain't even paying you no mind, paying you no heed, you know what I'm saying? Communication with God. You know, it's like, you vent to God, you ain't never got to worry about what you aired out being in everybody else lungs, you know what I'm saying? What stays with God stays with God. But what God stays with God. That's why I say, you feel me? Store all your treasures in heaven, because no rust, no dust, and no man could touch that. You understand what I'm saying? And stay in communication with the source. You texting people, calling people, they not returning your phone calls. Hey, it's even like that with God, but it's on God's speed, not when you want it, but when you always need it, when it's needed. And that's the greatest thing of it all, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, yeah, we could see the forest beyond the trees, but you got to realize beyond that forest is a desert, and beyond that desert is another goddamn safari of forest. And God could see that, you know what I'm saying, with or without the microscope. Sometimes we got to use the binoculars, the telescope, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to just use the mirror, the microglass, you know what I'm saying? Everything different. You know what I'm saying? Different seasons for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Better piece of Papa John's. You know what I'm saying? Hey, better choices, better changes, better situations. You know what I'm saying? Better faces, places, and situations. You know what I'm saying? Save your life for its essence, and you utilize and you do the right thing with it, because God gonna call you and give you that provision. You know what I'm saying? That's why we go through these trials and tribulations. That's the way that the Most High is speaking to you, through you. Don't use English. Don't use these words, but He get your heart and pull your heartstrings. Unlike other motherfuckers that pull your heartstrings to bring you down the dead end. You understand what I'm saying? So having that communication and that connection with the source is everything, man. Tell you when not to go, when to go. It could be the last minute. It's time to switch up plans and do something brand new. You know what I'm saying? Real spontaneous, because the enemy is always planning. You know what I'm saying? The enemy is always scheming. He real slick, real conniving, real sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Real sly. You know what I'm saying? You was born out of a can of Earl, you dig? So you gotta let a motherfucker know where the real slip and slide at, because they want to see you slip up, you know? But having that communication, having that communication, dog, with the source, dog, with the creator, the Most High, is like on some James Bond shit. You know what I'm saying? On some double agent shit. You got your headphones in, like you working at, you secret security. Or, you know what I'm saying? You a secret shopper at Target or some shit. Motherfucker trying to steal and shit. The cameraman got you on the floor. You dressed like a regular degular. You feel me? You jamming the motherfucker up at the store like, yeah, let me see what you got in your bag. You gonna pay for that? You know what I'm saying? That's a guy, you know what I'm saying, coming from the control room, seeing everything from a higher perspective and a brighter horizon. You understand what I'm saying? And receiving those informations and those downloads, he like, yeah, there's an enemy around our foe. Don't go that way. Go around. Like playing snake or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like having that communication, man. Because it's a dark world, so it's a scary place not having that communication. I mean, you could still have that communication, but having that iffy communication, you know what I'm saying? Because you still indulging in things, you know what I'm saying? You calling and spending your minutes, burning up your bandwidth with the wrong faces, places, and situations. It's going to take you longer to get off that ride and to get back on the ride to get you where you really supposed to go. So when you listen to Source, you got that intuition that's strong, because we need that, the inner calling, that inner knowing. You understand what I'm saying? To the point, sometimes your intuition ain't even enough. You need ultra instincts. You need to move off flow state. You know what I'm saying? Having communication with every cell within your body. I mean, they answering off call all at once. You understand what I'm saying? That's the muscle memory. That's the muscle connection. You understand what I'm saying? That's required to utilize and move this body to function. You one of the greatest pieces of technology that ever exists. And the world and us and itself and so many things around us is constantly upgrading it. And so shall we. Because if you don't evolve, you know what I'm saying, then you go extinct. We ain't going extinct around this bitch, you feel me? We the living legends, man. So having that communication and that connection is everything. Once you bust, bro, it's like you in the forest. Matter of fact, no, it's like you in the middle of the ocean. No cell phone, no bars. They don't got no G5 towers. They don't got no telephone poles. Everything under the water, really. And you in the middle of the ocean. You don't got no bars, no connection. You know what I'm saying? And when you be busting and shit, one night stands, you know what I'm saying, sleeping with women, even if the woman on this video sleeping with men that don't have your best interest, you feel me? Nah. Don't cast your pearls among swine. Or in the words of the late El Camiravabo, don't give $100 to a penny. Yeah, send me. You feel me? Because anything else, hey, it'd be like loose change, man. That's out of pocket. You hear me? And we ain't got no time to crash out. We on the interstate of abundance, you know what I'm saying? It's like you in a car and you never been to this country, this city, this state, and all you really got is Google to rely on. You know what I'm saying? What's your golden compass? Your golden compass is your heart. And you got to make sure everything is in alignment. You know what I'm saying? Your instrument is finely tuned. And in order to tune that body up, it ain't just about retaining and holding your life force essence and say, yeah, I'm on semen retention, yeah, I'm celibate. No, man, it's a lot of transmutation and utilizing the extra faculties that come within this realm of reality once you realize what been existing this whole time. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I noticed. My higher self was like, hey bitch, I've been trying to call you. I've been trying to put you on game about this, but you was vibing on this, you was vibing on that. You know what I'm saying? It's like Nikola Tesla went to the top of the mountain. I think he had some crystals or some copper or something and was receiving messages and downloads from the universe like a motherfucker. You got to be on this specific frequency, bro. You got to be on a high vibration, real high. And you got to stay on that shit. Because motherfuckers trying to pull you down because they don't want you to have that view from being on top of the mountain. Once you get that view from on top of the mountain, it's like going to different countries and shit. Now you know what the value. Now you know how valuable a bottle of water is. You know what I'm saying? Certain places they drinking water out of plastic bags and shit. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? But you realize how to take care and how to value the things that value you. You realize that in America they don't have certain things in other countries and shit, right? Because you got to the top of the mountain. You're able to see everything for what it is, and it's a lot of motherfuckers that don't want that. You know what I'm saying? They want you to constantly call them, talk to them, joke them. You know what I'm saying? Waste your precious car, your breath, your life, speaking into a fucking void, a fucking black hole. You know what I'm saying? A hole in the wall. Nah, you need all that bandwidth. You need to charge up. It's like they say, you only gonna be successful as the motherfuckers you talk to for no fucking reason. And if you talk to God all damn day for no fucking reason, then you already a successful motherfucker. You already got high levels of intuition, communication. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we'll make decisions and choices that our lower nature, our lower selves, you know what I'm saying, consistently try to keep ourselves in that loop. But our higher self is like, no, you want to switch up the algorithm, and you want to change your energy. You want to step into your new life. You got to do something new. You can't do the same thing. If you're gonna do it again, and you got to do a couple tweaks. You got to twerk it different. You feel me? Having that communication with self is everything, because you could be at war with yourself but at peace with the world. But when you on this life force essence, this practice, you really at peace with yourself and don't give a damn if the world's at war with you. Don't give a damn if the world is at war with you at all. Only got two of these. I should have grew with a couple more, but you don't really care no more. You know what I'm saying? You only care what concerns you. We don't even have a bone of worrying anymore. When you get your intuition up, you get it strong. You always see that the bird never put all his strength and all his faith on the branch, but within his wings, carrying his own weight. You understand what I'm saying? And the bird body was sensitive enough to know, like, hey, this branch is about to snap. The muscles in his body already have muscle memory prepared for when it take off and when it lands. So when that branch snap, you good. You know what I'm saying? You carrying your own weight, man. We not asking for no lighter back. You know what I'm saying? We asking for a stronger back and not a lighter load. And having that communication with source is everything. Having that intuition, having those instincts is everything, bro, because the adversary is definitely out here seeking who he may devour. There's Jezebel, there's Hollis, there's Incubus, Succubus, whether you a male or a female bumping this Jose. You hear me? They out here trying to slurp and loose and just fucking seep off your energy. You got lots of it. You know what I'm saying? You got it on supply and demand, but the motherfuckers that's demanding don't bring no supply, so they gets nada, Nathaniel. You understand what I'm saying? You keep it pushing. You stay out the way. You don't even indulge in small talk. You speak when spoken to. You know what I'm saying? And you save your life force essence, because there's some people out here that's small talking all damn day. You know what I'm saying? And also, there's some people that's just consuming all damn day and not producing. And you producing, you a producer. You understand what I'm saying? You got to stay away from those that try to consume you. This is why I started my YouTube channel. A couple reasons. I never expected to be on YouTube, but one day my partner was like, damn T dog, you know a lot of shit. And the most high will punish you, bro. You don't share that wisdom with nobody. And I was like, man, God ain't gonna punish me. Woo, woo, woo. And I was like, that could be a motherfucker trying to get me to open up and talk, because I'm a real reclusive, laid back motherfucker. You feel me? But then again, I remember I would have conversations because I had a lot of females in my life. Like I had a lot of bitches giving me bread, putting bread in my pocket. A lot of women, not all of them was bitches, but you know what I'm saying. And I remember I would sit there and I would share specific messages with these women, and it was like I was repeating myself 30 times because I was talking to each individual woman trying to give her this game. You know what I'm saying? Upgrade her on this specific topic. And then I realized one day I was like, man, I need to be able to talk to people at one time in one big setting, and it's recorded, so I don't be fucking saying the same thing 80 times from 80 different people. So I was like, hey, let's make this YouTube. You feel me? And my specific topics, either you gonna vibrate with, you know what I'm saying, you gonna resonate with, you gonna vibe with, or feel violated behind. And that's how I've been doing it, you know what I'm saying, how I've been running it, and they've been way more better than me because I've been utilizing my communication and connection better. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to reach more people. I'm able to drop more messages and shit like that. And I don't sit here and say I'm an influencer. I'm just somebody that's sharing his journey with the world. And anybody that can resonate with it or show love with it, hey, I'm obliged to that. I work with you. I work with you. It's my honor. You feel me? But yeah, man. I had to tighten up on my communication, and I was just airing myself out. Now, some of them was utilizing it. Some of them was capitalizing and maximizing off it. You know what I'm saying? When these motherfuckers was out here starving for crumbs, I taught them how to bake the whole loaf. Did some of them come back and at least leave me some crumbs or a loaf or any type of bread? 99% of them, no. They went on about their business. But like I say, I ain't tripping. I feel like a grandfather. I feel like I done had many, many clutches and many children, even though not one came out my nutsack. You feel me? But I just put a lot of people on game, you know what I'm saying? A lot of females, no homo. A lot of men was like, hey, bro, you like a father figure to me. And nigga, I'm older than you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no disrespect. It's just like, hey, when certain people give you that, teach you how to ride a bike, you gotta respect that. You gotta appreciate love that, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you out here fucking hitting 360s and backflips and you know what I'm saying? Riding trails and shit, but you always gotta give thanks to the person that taught you how to ride the bike. I thank all my teachers, bro. I'm a teacher student. I'm not just no teacher. I'm a teacher student. I learn just as much as y'all learn from me. I remind y'all as much as y'all remind me. You know what I'm saying? It's a two-way street, bro. But having that communication and that comprehension within and throughout the body and with your higher self, with your God body, man, that's needed. That's required, bro. You know what I'm saying? You lowering the faculties and you dulling the senses, man. You could be on a bus and it could be an accident about to happen, and you got on the bus when your intuition told you not to, and now you got on the bus accident. Now you listen to your intuition, you ain't get on the bus, and you got on the next bus that was behind that bus. You late, but shit, you alive though. You ain't crushed up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't a bag of chips. And here it is, you talking to yourself, and you like, damn, I'm glad I ain't get on that bus. Man, they got in a whole accident. That's because you listen to your intuition, dog. Sometimes, this world so noisy, and we so caught up in our ego, we could ignore that warning, that caution sign that the flow is wet. You know what I'm saying? And the only time the flow is wet, the only time the flow should be wet is when you ready to dance with your woman. You know what I'm saying? Your woman from the source, from God. Not with your hand, not with no pictures, and not with no one night stand, man. You know what I'm saying? That's dancing with the devil. You trying to dance with the stars. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different, actually hit different. You hear me? But yeah, man, like, share, comment, subscribe, man. Thrash a little something on the Cash App. I like mangoes and key limes. That's what I'm on right now. Well, really, I'm on nectarines and peaches, but I'm out of shake bag. You should have had my little lime right there earlier. I'm about to get rid of the detox and fast. It's time to clean my body up and my blood and stuff like that, which will also create new ventures and new eps and new videos as I take y'all on my journey. That's all this is about. Me taking y'all with my different journeys and, you know what I'm saying, just sharing my perspective, to each his own. Because everybody should think and move how they should. But I use a lot of people that was the greatest, and I utilize their capabilities and forge it into my shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what make me better with the force. You know what I'm saying? You need the force, bro. Learn how to utilize the force. The force has many different levels and maneuvers and mechanicals within it. You understand what I'm saying? And having that communication and that connection is like a spider. The more you save your silk for the righteous reasons, you know what I'm saying, instead of wasting it being sporadic, you know what I'm saying, putting it in places where the wind blow all the time, where people steady walking through your webs and shit, that's gonna drain you. That's gonna empty you out. But saving your life force essence is what's allowing you to create a big ass web. So whenever you got dinner or you got opportunities and these different scenarios land on your threads, you can feel these vibrations and you can answer these calls and respond with the right comprehension through the communication that you're receiving. Because that's all life is about, man. We just pulling strings out here, and with a tangled web they weave, trying to pull us in these traps. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be able to dance on that web and understand the messages that's coming. You know, sometimes there's something landing on your spider web bigger than you. You gotta get out the way. Sometimes you gotta jump in the wind. You know what I'm saying, and build a new web. You know what I'm saying? It's exterminators out here. It's a lot of pesticide. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of negative situations, and people don't want to see a bright light. People don't want to see you focus. People don't want to see you become the greatest version of yourself because they not working towards that. They living in the times, keeping up with the Jones, and they real mediocre, man, real content, real comfortable. They don't have that. I can see it, but I'm not conceited. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the vision. You feel me? And you got the vision, so you need that, man. You need that to manifest your world, bro. You need that communication. You need those upgrades. You need those downloads. You need those notifications to pop up. You know what I'm saying? It's like you download an app and it asks you, do you give this app permission to access your photos and your microphone at all times? Yes, I give God permission to speak through me and guide me at all times, anytime, especially when I'm on the wrong type of time. You know what I'm saying? That's needed, dog. You could be putting, like I said, you could be working. I did it multiple times. I worked at jobs when I should have been working for myself, because I would have been learning grit, characteristic traits, how to do this, how to do that. And I remember I kept on getting fired from these jobs because I felt that I should have a job. I should keep a 9 to 5. But God was like, you bigger than that. I have a different mission for you. You know what I'm saying? I need you to reach people that's not being reached. You know what I'm saying? They say that the message won't be televised, but it will be broadcast. But nowadays, it's definitely going to be televised. And if I would have stayed at these 9 to 5s, you know what I'm saying, trying to work at Walmart doing stocking all damn night, fucking 5, 6, 7 days in a row, I wouldn't be able to get on here and make these messages and breathe life into people, because that's what I love more than anything. Yeah, I like money. I like taking care of myself. I ain't on no bum shit. But you got to stay in alignment. You know, God gave us all tools. And one of my tools is my throat chakra. And he want me to utilize my throat chakra, not going back and forth telling this motherfucker where I put the paperwork and where I stock this shit at. You know what I'm saying? That's an easy ass, simple 1-2 job, man. But working for yourself means you're working for God. You're working for the source. And I want to thank God that sent everyone my way that contribute through the likes, the comments, the Cash App, the Venmos, the PayPals. You know what I'm saying? People been asking me about P.O. Box. They've been wanting to send a lot of things to me lately. So I'm grateful for all of that. You know, I done had a few people. I wasn't in the location, but I had a few people like, hey, bro, I wanna order you some things off of Amazon. Do they have a drop box near you? And one person had to drop the cash app on me, and then the next person, once I got some money and stuff to go to the next town, I went to the drop box and picked up what they got me. So I'm very grateful for that, you know, because if I would have stayed at a job that don't give a fuck about me, I'm underpaid, undervalued, not even utilizing my bandwidth right, you know what I'm saying? I would have been draining myself out, you know what I'm saying? You did. And I wouldn't be able to meet these people and meet these communications, man. I've been meeting people all around the world through YouTube. I wouldn't have done that working overnight, stocking at Walmart. Only motherfucker I would have met all over the world is these packages coming in. That's it. So you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta get out your own way. And sometimes we ignore that communication because we don't want to be broke. We want money. But sometimes you gotta realize that money's not everything. Money is a tool. And sometimes you could be settling for less, trying to keep yourself above water. But sometimes you need to get your ass dunked under that water so God could teach you how to hold your breath. There's a lot of storms out here, you know what I'm saying? A lot of tsunamis. Sometimes we don't have a smooth sailing, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a category 5 and you got to build that grit, that stamina, that stability to get across those rivers of life. If you can't dunk behind your back and do a backflip and none of that shit, if you don't even got the fundamentals and you can't dribble, you know what I'm saying? But when you got the motherfucking recipe, they gonna call the motherfucking referee. You heard me? Talking about you traveling. That's called a Euro step. You know, but they never seen nothing like that. They don't practice those type of skills. You know what I'm saying? They real they real basic. You know what I'm saying? You got them looking in amazement. You feel me? Because you listen to your communication and connection. A motherfucker could tell you one thing, but your intuition telling you what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Spirit of discernment is everything. And it gets louder, and it gets bigger, and it get better. And there's some motherfuckers that's gonna hate you for it because they know you got it. And they know you utilizing it. They know you ain't ignoring it. You know what I'm saying? Like I done had situations, somebody be like, oh, I don't care what you think. I know what I know, and I don't care what you think, motherfucker. That thinking shit'll get you caught up, get you dead, to get you in jail, get you hurt. Knowing what you know what you know, and you don't need to know nothing else. You know that they got animals that got 4 legs, but it's the animals that got 2 that's worse than the ones that's on 4. As long as you know that, you gonna be straight in this concrete jungle. Cause in this concrete jungle, shit need energy, focus, attention, bandwidth, and integrity, intention, emotions, need grit in order for it to be forged. Everything else is being forced. We out here forging things. We're not forcing anything, but we're utilizing a force within a righteous manner. You understand what I'm saying? But I ain't want to be too long with y'all, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hey, fucks with the cash app. I needs that. Trying to work on some other projects and get the Earls back online too. Cause a couple people been asking about the Earls, but I gotta get the health and wellness budget at a specific plateau so everything will be equalized right. You know, and if anything happened with the shipping and handling, I could take care of my people and stuff like that. Cause if you fall out the way, if you across the world, across the seas and shit, I make the shipping and handling a little cheaper for you. But if you right here, probably the next state over or something, then it's gonna be regular price for you. I negotiate and I work with who work with me. But yeah, man, we gonna get the Earls back booming and back popping. The Earl that we looking forward to right now is gonna be rosemary, my anointed rosemary, and also it's gonna be the elixir. The elixir is rosemary cloves and mint. So if you want to stimulate your hair, grow any patches, bald spots, you want to fix that. You got issues with your memory. You know what I'm saying? You want to get your pistons up, your processor. You want to lubricate, hydrate the bones, the insides, the pipes within you. Hey, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a nice bottle, and it's just $20 plus shipping. So, like I said, if you fall out the way, I'm going to work with you. We're going to work a little deal. Might send you 2 bottles. So you ain't gotta hit me up, or you could splurge, or you could share with somebody, or you could just find out how great the results is and indulge in them. But I'm here to uplift the people, man. You know what I'm saying? Breathe life into us. So y'all know where I'm at. Y'all know where to hang at, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We here with another banger, and we just speaking about the communication. You know what I'm saying? And the intuition that's needed and required, and that's gonna be being upgraded. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you literally gonna be all in people's heads, bro. It's gonna be a lot of people trying to project thoughts and shit like that onto you, into you, and you just gonna have that type of defense, and they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna know. They just gonna know something about you different. But the real ones gonna really know what's popping. You feel me? But I ain't want to hold y'all. I ain't want to be no chatty patties. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all about that communication and the intuition. You know what I'm saying? This is real needed, dog. You know, everything has a prey, and everything is a predator. Has a predator. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I'm working on some foreign projects, some new projects, so y'all look forward to that. I'm gonna add some new things to the channel. Also, y'all could check me out on Rumble. We're gonna get a website soon, so I can have y'all come straight to me, and I can have things the way I need it and done. And I can receive my funds, and y'all can receive y'all messages, and we can receive our upgrades and communicate and move on a different type of time. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of messages that I like to share, but YouTube be on the iffy shit. So you know what I'm saying? We gonna move around on that. But y'all take care. Oasis and Mahalo.